if I mute. Okay. Welcome, one and all, to yet another episode of Wick TV. It's a cross-ideological space where we can come together to talk about issues both political and cultural, from the silly to the serious. Today's show's actually, I think, I take it pretty seriously, okay? I take it pretty seriously. Nonfon here has mentioned to me in the past, right, that he's has some trouble romantically with the ladies, right? So I've decided to gather some women together to maybe give him some advice, let him ask questions, talk to him, get to know him maybe a little bit. We got at least one more coming. Don't know where she is. Hopefully she gets here soon, right? We'll, women, right? And we'll throw her in when she does. But for now, let's give it first to Nonfon and kind of tell people what your problem is precisely. Don't let me put my words in your mouth. But why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell people who you are, what your issue is, and why you're here.
Sure. I'm Nonfon. I'm a streamer who focuses, I guess, mostly on economics. I'm doing a shrimp welfare charity subathon right now. Okay, so you should all go check out my stream and donate to help save some shrimp. Okay, but I guess I have mentioned I don't know how the topic originally came up, but I've mentioned to Wick a few times now that I am 19, never had a girlfriend, never held hands with a woman even or anything like that. And I've been going on a bit of a journey trying to see if I can change that. And Wick has generously offered to help in that journey.
I'll do what I can, buddy. And I think the first step is actually having some conversations about it. And while I'm a guy and I can give some advice, I think women can help you out too. So why don't we introduce some of the ladies here? Let them tell the audience who they are, tell you who they are, what their thoughts initially are, and we can just get it started. Go ahead, Mel, please. Let's start with you.
Hi, my name is Mel. I am an occasional variety streamer. I have kind of been in the streaming world for a couple of years now, on and off. I used to be a dancer for 5 years. I am 27, so I have a lot of dating experience under my belt. So I hope I can offer some good advice tonight. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being willing to come on and help my boy Nonfon out. We'll see how this goes, okay? You guys know her. Tali has decided to come help too. Tali, tell people, just in case they don't know who you are, tell them who you are, your thoughts of why you decided to come help today. Go ahead.
Well, my name is Tali. I am the co-host of the Wick and Tali show that we maybe came up with a name for, to be announced. I'm back from vacation, and I am in e-girl mode today for our good friend Nonfon. Why did I want to participate? Well, I believe in love. I believe in increasing or bettering the relationships between men and women. And like any good lesbian, I have a long history with men that I can lean into to give sage advice to Mr. Nonfon here.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Thank you for being here. We love Tali, don't we? We do. We love her in the Wick community, okay? Most of us.
100% of people love Talibotz.
But let's give the mic to our last lady of the evening. Skyana, tell people who you are, what are your thoughts, and why you're here. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Skyana. I am mainly a Valorant streamer, but I do IRL stuff as well, and I participate in a lot of e-dating shows, so I guess I know how to riz at some point. And yeah, I think Nonfon's a really nice guy, and I think he's going to learn some stuff from us today, and I'm excited for that.
Fun, learn some stuff today. I guess, let's first start with presentation, okay? And this is what we're going to do. Nonfon, you knew you were coming to meet some ladies tonight, right? Yeah.
I did.
Did he present himself good? his presentation currently. Okay, he's got the tie on for
I'll put
you.
a tie on.
Is he coming correct? Has he made some rookie mistakes? Let me know, ladies. Let's start with Mel, and we'll go around the room. I'm just really curious.
I think that Nonfon presents himself pretty confidently. I do like the dress shirt and the tie. I like a guy that can dress up, I think that's a good way to present yourself. A lot of women like that. But yeah, I think you're off to a good start. And I think, I've heard a little bit about your shrimp welfare cause, and I think having something that you stand for and believe in is also a good quality.
Well, there you go. What about you, Tali? What are your thoughts here?
Well, not to be the contrarian right off the bat, but I think that your dress needs to match the occasion, needs to match the environment. I don't love the pink tie going on, but I like the vibe that you're trying to give off. And I think you do have some riz here, but I would ditch the whole outfit there.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's go to Skyetta.
On the contrary, I think the pink tie goes very well with your shrimp organization thing. And I like the is that a shrimp suit in the background?
That is indeed.
I don't know if that's really like Rizzler though.
For the right
But
type
I
of
do
woman,
like
maybe.
the dress in nice.
Okay, so we got two who enjoy it, who think the presentation is good, and Tali seems to be the odd woman out here.
Well, I do want to. I should add, like, this is quite literally the only tie I have, and this is one of 2 collared shirts I have. The other one is just a little bit bigger. That's basically the only difference. It's also black. So
Working with what you got.
Have you had an event that you have to dress up for that you've gone to?
not really.
Fair enough. I guess now that we've gotten the presentation out of the way, Nonfon, describe your troubles. Like, I understand what the situation is, but why can't you seem to get to the hand-holding stage, buddy? Like, what's the particular obstacle holding you back? Is it that you don't have you? Well, let me ask you this: have you ever tried to hold a girl's hand?
Not in the sense that, like, I've reached for a girl's hand. No. In the sense that I have spoken to a woman, I guess, with the intention of one day holding their hand, but I've never made that move.
Have you for any of your interactions with women like happening in real life?
Yeah. I mean, less often now that I don't do much in-person school. But I mean, yeah, like I have a few like real life woman friends still and stuff. So,
Or well, not just friends, I guess. Like I assume maybe you're like talking to some women online, but have you ever had an IRL experience of trying to pursue a woman
yeah,
or a slutty teenager? Yes. Okay.
not as far as not a slutty teenager, but I guess woman. Yes.
Okay.
That,
Well, okay.
Have you always had
ahead.
a sum of female friends?
kinda, yeah. I guess like I think some of that might just be because I don't have particularly like manly interest for whatever reason. So I don't, I don't play sports or anything. So like, I don't know. I don't socialize with a lot of men. I guess I play video games, and that's more of a manly thing generally. But I don't have like many friends to begin with, right? So of the few friends I have, maybe like 30% of them are women.
Okay, that's a good ratio, I think, at least for me. I guess
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I think that's a good ratio too.
Yeah.
I just know that I follow Nonfon on Instagram, and a lot of his Instagram posts are with his female friends.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to mention something else, but okay. Yeah, that is
What
true.
did you
No,
think
what else
she
is
was
on your
gonna? What
Instagram?
did you think she was gonna mention?
I thought she was going to mention my Instagram likes, which are occasionally Gooner reels, okay? Because those occasionally.
Occasionally. I mean, look, Nonfon, we need to get you the ability to approach women. You mentioned that you've talked to women with the intent of being romantic. Like, can you pick one of these ladies and show us what you got? Give us a demonstration, okay? This is just for learning purposes, right? But like, say you wanted to approach Mel here, okay? Say you were like, okay, Mel, you want to be more than friends with Mel, okay? How would you go about that? Give us a cold approach, sir.
Ooh, I really don't know how I go about that. So I should, I guess, clarify. I think I've approached.
That's the problem, right? Like,
So I think I think there's been like 3 women my whole life who I have like tried to get to a romantic place with, but like I did, like I was essentially like just in a common setting with them. I didn't like sort of cold approach them to do stuff. So like I unironically like don't really know how to initiate stuff like that.
well, that's why you're here to learn. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. You don't know how. You're here to learn. Tali, you approach women all the time, okay? Or at least you did at one point, right? Why don't you give us a demonstration here?
Listen, give a demonstration of how to approach women. As you can tell, I'm the woman in all of my relationships, right? So I didn't do most of the approaching here.
Fair.
I think confidence is very important, and like reading the room, looking for signals. Do you have like fears going into this situation? Are you afraid of being rejected? Are you picky? Like what did you think is sort of stopping you generally from pursuing women
I
romantically?
mean, I don't know. Like, so typically I'm not good at talking to people in the first place, right? Like I don't approach I don't approach many people to be friends either. So I think I'm not particularly picky, and like I'm uncomfortable, like even approaching like men just to like talk and like be friends or whatever. And I am more uncomfortable with the idea of like approaching a woman being like in a flirty manner, like at first at the very least. I don't know like what the I don't know if I know all the reasons for that, right? But obviously some of it is like I'm scared of like being rejected or whatever. But I think part of it is just that like I don't find myself to be particularly good at social interaction in general.
I mean, he mentioned not having a lot of hobbies that are particularly manly. I mean, if you have hobbies that you're surrounded by a lot of women with, or just in those social settings, finding something you can relate to with somebody is always a really good icebreaker into a conversation and opening up a conversation with somebody. And I think with women especially, you can tell with body language a lot of times when a woman is interested in talking to you. She'll tend to be more attentive towards you, like facing you, sometimes playing with her hair, sometimes, like standing closer. And if you can practice on sort of picking up on those sort of things, I think that would help you being a little bit more comfortable talking with somebody.
Yeah, so that might run into a deeper issue. I don't know. I mean, like
Of your difficulties
any-
picking up on social cues?
no, well, I think I'm okay with that. I don't think that most of my interests are I don't have many shared interests with most people, let alone probably the median woman or whatever. So like I don't have a particularly manly interest in that. Like I don't play sports. I guess I play video games, which is something I share with a decent amount of men. But like essentially all I do is I guess I go to school, and the only classes I really like are the economics classes I take. I play video games and I read on my own time, and that's those are like the 3 things that I do.
So 10 pounds from Jacob Buckingham to say this. Find a hobby or interest that does in-person events. For example, I love death metal and black metal and regularly go to shows. The icebreaker is taken care of for you. I guess that's a point. Do you ever go to like concerts or music festivals or anything of that sort, even open mic nights?
Anime conventions.
I don't really go to them, at least not on my own. I've obviously been to like events with friends before.
Well, you don't need to go
I've never
on
really-
your own, right? That'd be a little weird, in my opinion.
Well, sure.
right? But
I don't know. I mean, I guess I like I've gone to amusement parks with friends. I don't think I've ever really gone to a concert. I went to a like music festival thing with one woman before because she invited me. That's about it, honestly.
And you fumbled.
Do you think it would help or
I don't think
hurt
she was
if
ever
you were
interested.
going somewhere with your friends? Like, if you wanted to approach someone, do you think it would help or hurt that your friends are there?
I mean, I feel like it would probably help. I feel like at least if they were my wingmen, okay, if they were supportive, I feel like it would probably help.
Has there been like an instance where you've asked, like, and being like, "Oh, I find that girl attractive. Like, maybe should I go up to her or anything?"
No, that's not that's not something that's ever even really crossed my mind.
how many times
but,
have you been rejected, just out of curiosity?
like twice, I think.
Okay, those are rookie numbers. Okay.
You
You
have to
need
put
to
yourself
get
out there,
those.
Maury.
Yeah. Those are rookie numbers. It's the problem with this, okay? The problem with this is that you need to have more exposure, right? I see from the things that you're telling me, at least, and maybe these women can correct me, but you're just not like you like. I see you like people on Twitter. Okay, you like the ladies on Twitter. You like their posts. You make comments. But you need to do that like in person. I don't even know. You just like have
Well,
you ever
Yeah.
called,
I don't
have
know
you
if I
ever
should
just gone
do.
up to a woman and said, "Hey,
Well-
I think you're cute."
Or like complimented anyone, like outside of your friend group, and just being like, "Oh, I like your shirt." Like, it can be anything.
I mean, I guess I've complimented people like I've kind of just been in like common settings with, right? So like at school or whatever, and like that has led to friendship, I guess. I don't think I've never like approached a woman sort of out of the blue with like romantic interest, I guess.
How interested are you in having a woman dating, like pursuing women?
I don't know. It kind of changes a little bit. So like I don't know. I used to be relatively uninterested, and that might just be because I was rather uncomfortable of talking to a woman in the first place. So I just kind of like didn't do anything. To some extent, that might still be true. But I'm interested enough that I have a dating app now. Like I've been
How's the
like
dating app going?
not that well.
Dating apps.
Are you getting any
Uh,
practice talking to people?
yeah.
Like, you should basically, anyone that you match with, you should be messaging just to like get experience of talking to people. And everyone there is interested in dating or hooking up. So
Mhm.
it takes away like the difficulty of like judging if someone is even interested in something romantic to begin with. And so while I agree with everyone else's sentiment that you should get out there in the real world and do things and meet people in person, online dating is fine and viable, and you might meet someone who's similar to you in that way, but you should be like definitely messaging everyone that you're matching with.
I mean,
What do you
I've
think about that?
I think I've basically done that. I think there were one or two people who I like essentially didn't message back, just because I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't use the app that much because I didn't get many matches in the first place. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So like I've had a few people who I've like messaged back and forth for like 2 or 3 days, and then usually they just they ghost me, which is not. I mean, it's
Okay,
a
and
dating
within
app, so
those
that's
2 or
not-
3
that's not, like,
days-
uncommon.
Sure. A question. Within those 2 or 3 days, did you suggest going anywhere with them? Like, hey, you want to go meet me for coffee here?
I did not.
That's why they ghosted you, brother. They're not looking to have chats. They're there to go out Okay, so within the first day or max 2. First of all, I don't suggest using dating apps, but if you must, okay, if you must,
I met my wife on Bumble.
fair enough, right? But in general, I think that's a bad idea. But if you must, first day or 2, you have to be like, okay, cool. You matched, I matched. Let's go out. Let's do something. Let's meet. Let's get a coffee. Let's go to the movies. Let's whatever, right? Get that off of that dating app as soon as you can and into the real life. That is my advice on dating apps. Does anyone here have a difference
I
of
agree with
opinion
that.
on that?
No,
I
I
would
agree.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, the council has spoken, Nonfon. So write this down, okay? Your first rule for today. We've all agreed, okay? If you match someone on a dating app, if you must use them, first day or 2, you need to be asking them for coffee or something, right?
I guess I will do that. Sure. I
Okay,
can
write it down,
That's easy
brother.
for me to follow.
Get a
I mean,
notepad open or something. Make the rule.
I also
I can-
think just like
Go ahead.
whenever you do go out with friends and stuff, you should push yourself to compliment like more people. Like if you like something about anyone, it doesn't matter the gender or anything, you'll get out of the comfort zone of just like approaching someone and just saying something nice without like the intention of dating.
You seem to be. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Let's try that right now, actually. Compliment each of us.
Oh dear God. I don't.
Oh hell yeah.
If you can't, in this setting, if you cannot make just a generic compliment to each of us, that's something you have to practice. Skyana is correct, so go ahead. Start with Skyana, and don't forget me. I'm pretty too. But go around, give a generic compliment, okay? Something. Doesn't have to be physical. Just something.
It can be an item.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Skyana, I
No,
do
I want
really
physical
like your...
compliments only.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. I do really like your aesthetics, Skyana. I like the piercings. I like the sort of all the shit you got on your microphones and all the I don't know what to I don't know what a general term for it is. Your general I don't want to say overdoing it. Very, very obvious decorations and stuff for things.
Maximalism.
Maximalism. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. I think that suits you very well. With regards to Wick, I don't know how to give you a generic compliment. I feel like I know you
That's
too
fine.
well. That's all gonna...
Good. That should make it easier. Like, nice beard, bro.
I
your
can
voice
say
is
nice
good.
beard, bro, but I feel like it's more. I know you well enough to be like if I were to like give you a compliment, it's
Just give
like,
him the compliment. Do it.
I think you're a good moderator. Obviously I enjoy all of your content. I enjoyed the content before I started streaming even. I think it's cool that you have me on to do things and stuff like
Good.
that. Yeah, obviously.
Now, Tali, okay? We need snap. We need to get this good. We need to get this going. It needs to flow smoothly. Go ahead.
I have no.
Come on now.
I mean, so I could get generic cut. I could say oh, I like your jewelry. I notice you have necklaces on. You usually have bracelets on. I like your glasses. I could do stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know beyond that. What I would.
Yes, you do.
That good enough?
Say it.
Is that
It's okay.
What? I think well, these aren't going to be that generic then. But I don't know. I obviously I think it's cool that you have somehow made your way around all Twitch and YouTube politics, talking to every liberal about how you voted for Trump. I think that's I don't want to say well, I think that's cool. I'll say that. I think that's I think you've
Okay.
interacted with cool people. I have enjoyed maybe some of those conversations. Maybe
Just-
40% of them.
Maybe don't use. I'm glad you've made your way around as a compliment to a woman.
Okay,
right?
well-
That might not be the best approach. Just in my, I'm giving you some wisdom from the elders here. But fair.
That might not have been the optimal.
It's
optimal term.
okay.
I can see that
Sometimes it's
now.
okay to just say nice tits. You got nice tits. Okay. Sometimes that's fine. It depends
That's
on the
true.
context. All right.
True.
Keep going. You got one more?
Well, I don't know Mel at all. I mean, I like. I think you. I don't know what to say. I don't know. See, because I don't
Just
know
say,
Mel. I
just
don't
say I have
know.
nice tits. It's okay.
I can say you from. I don't want to say that out loud, but you are
The Gooner brain is hitting.
conventionally attractive. Obviously,
he's
I
he's
don't know
stun
what to,
locked.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am
Okay.
sunlocked. I don't know what to. Just why I'm here, bro.
Were you
no, that's fine.
stuck on Wix saying generic, or are you really uncomfortable commenting on people's appearances?
I don't like commenting on people's appearances if I don't really know them.
Even in a complimentary
But
way.
it's a really good starter for if you're being interested in wanting to talk to someone. Appearance is the first thing that you see about someone. So there's got to be something that you liked about them that you have to speak up about and tell them. If you want to move forward with that.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know exactly why it is exactly. Typically, I just feel uncomfortable doing that. Even though I don't think it's gone I don't think I've done it much, but I don't think it's ever really gone poorly. But obviously there's gotta be some anxiety there doing that whenever.
Yeah.
And I
You're,
think
falling
that's
out of your skin.
Yeah, there is.
But the more
I think
often that you do it, the more comfortable you get with it.
Also, I think calling a woman pretty or beautiful or complimenting her smile is a really safe compliment that does suggest, I mean, it's you're saying that you're attracted to the person, but it can also be totally not creepy. I think there's you can have lots of nice, non-creepy interactions of someone saying, wow, you're really beautiful. You got a really nice smile. Something like that. So I think you should try to get more comfortable with saying things like that. My
I
personal
could
opinion.
try.
No, that's I think the step one almost to this is you need to get the ability to openly and easily compliment people's appearances, because it sends a signal, okay, that you're not just wanting to play chess with them, okay, but that you are attracted to them physically, okay? And they can decide what to do with that. They can decide, oh, that's sweet, thank you, but I've got a boyfriend. That's something they could say. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, well, you still have a beautiful smile. Thanks. Right? And you can move on. Or they could be like, oh, thank you, that's so sweet. And then you can, what's your name? What do you do? Get into the actual conversation here, right? So I think that we maybe need another round of this. I don't know, something where you aren't pausing every 10 seconds. I need a lightning round here. Just go around real quick.
Okay,
Opposite
Mel, I
direction.
think you
Start
have.
with Mel. Go. Just make a physical
Sure.
compliment. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
I think you have a very cute face, Mel. It is a. I think that it's a cute face. Oh, that's a nice smile too. Wow, there you go. Okay.
That's good.
Keep going.
Tali, I mean, I don't want to say the same thing. I like your jewelry, right? I notice you put effort into the jewelry that you wear. Okay, I think that's that's nice. Wick, you got a solid beard, mate. Okay, that's a hell yeah. See, I know, I can tell. All right,
Already. Rock hard.
you
Okay,
grow
keep
that thing
going.
out. You rock that thing hard. And Skyana, I'm gonna say the same thing again, but I like your maximalist appearance. Okay, I like the effort you put into makeup and piercings and your hair and your room in general.
See? Clean, easy. It's just something you need to get, as Skyana was saying, used to doing with strangers too. Now, we're not strangers, unfortunately, okay? But, yeah, it's something that it just takes practice. What else do you think?
The first one,
Oh,
the
go
first
ahead.
one was the best compliment by far. You
Mhm.
called her cute, and
I
then when
agree.
she smiled in response to that, you're like, oh wow, and a great smile too. It felt natural. It made sense in the context. It was offering up another compliment. That was primo right there. And you'll notice no one's gonna smile and get It's like no one's gonna blush about you complimenting their room. Or really their jewelry.
Unless
I'm
they
not
put a
this
lot
is
of
gonna
effort
sound
into
like
it.
me. That's sure, I guess. Yeah.
Gang, if you in chat, if you have better advice, super chat it and I'll read it out. Okay. So if you think we're leading this young man astray, by all means give me money and I will correct or at least give the thing. But yeah, I think you're right. Like looking at the reaction and then continuing to compliment the reaction, it shows you pay attention. It's really good. It can't. These are just openers, by the way. Like this is the start. This is the toe in the door, right? It lets you, and you're gonna learn, right, as you go and as you do this. It's gonna become really apparent which women are interested in more, perhaps, and leave that door open, and which women do not. Okay, it will become very, very obvious. But it's something that you have to experience. And I think that like the first step is going to be just going out there. Like I gave you a piece of advice the other day, last week, and I stand by it. And I'm curious what the women think. I was like, man, you just need to DM 100 women. Okay. You just need to send messages on Twitter to like 100. You have to practice doing it. You say you don't approach. You need to approach.
Technically, I have DM'd one woman since then. Okay, so
One.
Did she respond?
Yeah, no.
yeah, I just talked to her about shrimp welfare and about philosophy stuff. Yeah, it was a good
Are you
interview.
in like in Discord? You like spend time in different servers and stuff like that? Like you should be DMing the Discord baddies in your favorite server who already like have some shared interests with you. I don't know if that's what you spend your time doing or not, but yeah, I kind of agree with Wick. You should send out more messages.
Well, you said in the past that you have like approached a woman or like tried to make it. Like, what did you do in the past?
I don't know. Like as a so again, like as a first approach, like I was not like going up to this woman and saying like, hey, you know what you doing this weekend, girl? You know, it was like I essentially the woman I've been interested in, like usually there's a common setting. So like one of them I went to summer camp with for a really long time. Like eventually, it was that one I was pretty young for, so I don't know how much you want to go into that one. But like more recently, like I was talking to like a woman who just like went to my school, and like we were like kind of friends. I was like somewhat flirty from the beginning. Like I did like compliment her appearance quite often, right? And like she would like I would ask like like about how like her mom was sick for a while, so like I would make sure to like ask about how her mom was doing and things like that, and we would catch up about that. We would talk about her cats and how her how her cats were doing. We would talk about the spiders that she would see outside, and she would give names to spiders and stuff. I don't know. So like that stuff I showed, I think like relatively clear interest in, and like that was the girl I went to the music festival with because she invited me. Like. I was relatively flirty there. Like I offered to buy her like flowers and stuff. I guess I've done those types of things a little bit before. I've just never like cold approached a woman.
To buy her flowers?
Yeah.
Like you were just like,
I mean,
what if I get you flowers?
No. I think it was so. There's a little bit more context. Like we were at like a music festival, and like they were like selling shit, and we were just like walking around together looking at stuff to buy. I think I offered to like buy her
you were like, oh,
some stuff that was there. I was like, do you want I was like, oh, you should wear this like flower crown or whatever. I was like, do you want to like I forget what they're called, but
She said like, no, I don't want one.
no, I think we ended up getting it. Yeah.
Oh. Why? Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. what?
I don't know. This is gonna sound real bad. You just need to be a little more forceful in those situations. Don't ask, just do it. Just get her the crown.
You should just get her a crown and be like, oh, this would look good on you, and then just give it to her.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Someone in my chat was yelling at me for that too, but yeah.
Okay, well, there's a theme here. Okay, there's a theme.
The theme.
Okay, so $5 from Tesco Johnson says, memorize when women's periods are and then bring it up randomly. It'll show them you care. Don't do that. Okay.
No, please
Classic
don't.
testy.
Don't do that. Okay.
It's not the worst advice in the world, but I wouldn't lead with it.
And you should also put the crown on her. If you get her a flower crown, put it on her, right? Move her hair back out of in front of her face or whatever. Okay? Say, this looks beautiful on you.
If you do happen to track when a woman's period is, that also tells you like about what time she's gonna be the horniest, and that you might have the best aim.
That's
I don't know, I
true.
like
You'll know when
college
she's
advice. I'm going to-
ovulating.
The older I get, the more I realize that that sexual arousal for women is absolutely linked to our cycle.
It is.
I'm predictably horny. Yeah, predictably horny at different times of the month, and so it wouldn't hurt to observe this about someone that you're interested in. I'm not saying you should. It's just not terrible advice, to be honest.
$5 from Tesco
Intuitively,
Johnson
that sounds bad.
to say, get super drunk and drunk text her your feelings, and if she rejects you, then spread lies about her and ghost her. Don't do that either. $20 from Time Watch to say, the best advice is just treat women like normal people. Find common ground. Talk about that. In this scenario, just bond over making fun of Wick. For example, did you see the latest pic on Wick's OnlyFans? It was pretty wild. Look, we'll get to the common interest bit in a second here, but that is something to keep in your mind. $10 from Dwight Baldwin to say, to improve your social skills, you need to interact with people in real life. Get a job that doesn't involve streaming. Get off social media. Start going to yoga classes, mostly women. Also true. If you can't talk to a guy, you're not going to be ever able to talk to a girl. I think that you need to find a hobby that you don't hate, that is something that you can do offline and that women go to. What are some ideas?
I was thinking like conventions. You know, they have like gamer conventions, they have anime conventions, tattoo conventions, all sorts of conventions.
I think there's got to be like a bar near you
he's
that
19.
does like a trivia night.
Oh, trivia
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they kind of.
That's where,
like-
like, when I was in my grad program, that's where, like, the nerds hung out, and it's social, and that's a good place to meet other nerdy people, which I think is the demographic that you want to be mating with.
Listen, there's an abundance conference, okay? So it only costs like $500 to go to that, okay? I bet there's some hot chicks at the abundance conference in DC.
But is there anything closer to home, okay, that you can go to regularly?
Oh, well, I was just about to.
Regularly,
I don't know. I mean, I guess I get like I know there is a bar that does trivia night now. I think
Doesn't have to be a bar.
I
It could be
don't-
like, is there like, man,
I think Pluckers does trivia nights. There's lots of different places that do
yeah.
events.
Trivia night would be
locally.
fun. And it also is like a group activity as well.
Something
Yes.
that you could be regularly involved at, that people will recognize you there eventually, like after the third or fourth time. Oh, I know that guy. He's always here on Thursdays to go karaokeing, right? Karaoke would be great, by the way, too, right? It makes people, it gives you a reason to be there, so you're not just some creepy dude just there, right? And a reason to talk to them. Karaoke's great for this, right? You go, you karaoke, maybe sometimes one will approach you and say, you sucked at that. And you'd be like, yeah, I did. But then you could start a conversation, right? Or if they do really well, like, man, your voice is amazing. Do you like this band? Do you like this band? And then you strike a conversation and all these things. But the important point is to be a regular place where you can consistently go and that there's an excuse to approach.
I mean, I can check out what fucking clubs they got at my college, bro.
Not
That's,
a club,
I
not
mean,
a club at
not
a
a
college, not
club?
like a dancing club. That is probably not
The
that.
local college hangout, though.
Yeah,
I mean, there's got to be.
Colleges host like group activities and stuff too that you can go
Yeah,
to.
Host an event for the Shrimp Welfare Club. Find somebody to match your
I don't
free.
think there's, I don't think there's much people interested in
You
that.
know, you never know. You gotta get the word out. Go out on the quad or the whatever you call it at your college.
I mean, I think they do have like effective altruism conferences or whatever, but none of them near me. Okay, don't think there's enough people where I am to host anything.
Where are you
like
at?
that. I live in North Carolina in a not a small town. I live in a town of like 50 something thousand people in it or whatever. So it's not like super big, but
I think you're already thinking of it in a negative space to where you're like, oh, nobody's going to show up or anything. I think you just got to give it a shot.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing about you is just like the procrastination and not feeling like you should because of some reasons that you made up in your head.
Yeah, you're like shutting yourself down before you even give it a shot.
well, I
So,
think I have good reasons to believe that there are not
What, your
enough
2
people.
rejections?
No. For hosting an event or whatever. I think I have good reasons to believe that's not gonna.
Yeah, I don't know about the hosting thing. $2 from Testicle Johnson to say love her and then become cold and distant. I don't know about that either. Again,
Love bomb her.
is there a
True.
park near where you live?
There are parks near where I live,
Okay.
I guess.
Go to the park with some buddies, okay? Bring a frisbee or something, I don't know, or book if you want, okay? Next time you see a pretty woman that you think would be someone you'd like to talk to, approach them and say, hey, I think your smile is great, or what a lovely dog you have, or, use context of the situation to have a reason to compliment them, to say hi to them, to start a discussion with them. And yeah, a lot of them are just going to be very short discussions. That's fine. The goal here is to get you practice being comfortable approaching people. That's what you need. You need comfort to be comfortable just approaching people.
I feel very uncomfortable with the idea, and I know you understand this work, okay? Because you post about it on Twitter for your incel adjacent rhetoric, okay?
True.
I know that you don't think at our fucking modern day and age, okay, with all the wokeness around, that if I approach a woman in a park unprompted, that's gonna go well, like ever.
It is, though. You don't like it will go wrong sometimes. It will go poorly sometimes. But some people, the people who are at least somewhat open and interested, it'll go fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to like lead with the I want to fuck, right? Like this is just in some
Yeah.
ways just practice with approaching people and stuff like that. But I think most people really aren't woke like that. Not most of the people that you're going to encounter like randomly walking through the park, right? Those people live much more online. In fact, like, well, I don't want to speak for all women, but like women like to be, there's a lot of asterisks to this. I was gonna say like to be complimented. Asterisk if they don't think you're creepy, if they don't think whatever. But this is why if you're, I understand the reticence to going to the park, but then if you actually want to meet women, which you don't have to want to do that, but if you actually do want to do that, if that feels important to you, if you're, a little horny or something, you need to put yourself in those spaces that already exist, like we're talking about, like a bar with a trivia night, or like some type of social space that the college has, because they do have lots of spaces for under 21s to socialize.
Have you thought about live streaming from a park?
Not really. I feel like it'd be even weirder if I approached a woman with a camera while I was live streaming. Honestly, I feel like don't think they would appreciate that. Okay,
some actually it would be a great buff, honestly. If I was approached by a woman with a camera, I'd be like, oh, what's going on? Are they going to talk to me? They're going to interview me, right? It's an excuse. And some people don't appreciate it, true, but some people do. Another hack, if you want to hack, okay, if you want to skip some of the steps here, buy a puppy. Take that shit around with you everywhere
Yeah,
you go.
just go for walks with your puppy.
And you know what's going to
That's true. That is true.
happen? Women are going to approach the puppy, sure, right? But that gives you an in. I promise you, taking my Lola around the supermarket, I got a little harness. I do.
Oh
I have a
my
harness. And I keep
gosh.
Lola, and she has got her little head out while I'm shopping at Walmart. The amount of people who approach, can I pet your dog? She's so cute. What's her name? It's a hack, okay? It's a hack. I'm telling you now.
Alternatively, okay, different hack. Could take that money, bail hot people out of jail. That's my in.
He's looking for the hot felon women.
I don't know if you want that.
Well, sign up
smoke,
for a
bro.
pen pal program.
I don't know if you want that.
Non-fun. Sign
like
up,
that
become a
idea.
pen pal.
I
Yeah,
personally
because
like that idea.
Women in prison need love too, okay?
This is true. This is true. Actually, it'd be better for me to love a woman in prison. You know, they're deprived of love, right? So like, I'm spending my love where it's more highly valued. Like the
If you
marginal
can
benefit is
practice-
higher.
I mean,
As an
writing
effective
to women,
altruist,
writing
at
to
least they're
women is a
consistent,
step.
yeah.
It's a step towards learning how to talk to women. If he's writing to them, he's still putting himself out there in a way.
There's a
I
woman
have
behind
some
you
shit to talk.
that is.
I highly recommend buying them out of jail.
no.
Highly recommend that, Glenn.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Look,
I don't know if Gibbs likes it.
when's the
If
last?
Gibbs likes it, it's I don't know.
When's the last time you actually approached a woman romantically or tried to?
They're probably basically 2 years ago at this point.
2 years ago at this point. So literally never while you've been an adult.
I guess not a legal adult. Well, no, wait, maybe. If it
Never since
No,
you've
Minor
been
at
over
the time.
18.
You were a minor at the time, so they were also
well, yes.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No one's judging you for that.
Yeah,
Right.
but you're in college now. Now is the time to like go out and explore and talk to people. Just find events for college and see what you're into. Maybe even you could use Wix trick, but instead of a dog, it's like a little tiny aquarium of shrimp.
You could do.
And people will be like, "What is that?" And you'll be like, "Oh, actually."
Now that I have your
Those are
attention,
probably like bad
Whoa.
for the shrimp, huh?
Well, probably better for them than the farms that they usually live on. So if I could rescue them from the farms that they are usually slaughtered in, then it'd be net good.
When's the last time you've gone to a party or something or a gathering, social gathering?
Good one.
What about like community service? So like mine was court mandated whenever I had to do it.
What
But
are you doing, Mel? What's going on?
I did community service at Goodwill, and I ended up meeting a guy there, and we hit it off. Like because we had to work together all day, we were just kind of in that environment, and we had good conversation. We ended up like hooking up later down the line. But you know, like it's a good place to meet people, like volunteer work. Especially if you're passionate about you know like your shrimp welfare thing and other things of that manner, like doing community service would be a good way to meet other people with a similar interest as you.
I
Have you
kind of considered that, not with the intention of finding a woman, but
Yeah, I mean, well, you never know. You could, yeah.
I know that you're a prolific online fundraiser for the Shrimp Welfare Project, but have you ever taken that advocacy IRL? Because I unironically think you, with a little stand up in the quad for the Shrimp Welfare Project, come ask me about shrimp welfare, you're going to get quirky people who are like, that's funny. I'm going to go up there and talk to that guy. Have you done anything like that?
I've not. I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
know
Take
where
your
I would do
shrimp
that.
fit,
Stream that
bro.
too.
But-
You can stream that too, so that you at least, even if no one comes
That's
up to you,
true,
you know,
actually.
you're getting content out of
In,
That's
it.
good
in
Yeah.
the
content.
in the shrimp fit.
Well,
Shrimp fit is
I-
crazy, but
I mean, if I'm trying to promote shrimp welfare, okay, I guess I probably would, wear the costume. In fairness, Nicholas Decker, don't know if you guys know who that is, okay? He called me cute on Twitter once he saw the video of
There you
me
go.
in the shrimp costume.
There
So,
you go. He knows
There was
Ayala.
that.
Look, okay.
That is
If you
true.
wanna you want to
You could autism
push that
max
content,
also.
if you want to push that contact and say, "Hey, bro, I know you know Ayala. I know she hooked you up. Does she know anyone who's okay?" Well, actually, no. I don't want to. I don't want to send you down that route. Forget that. That's the dark road. Okay, you don't want to go down that road.
You know what?
It's not
The AL
necessarily a dark
4D.
road. No. It's the autism maxing community. That's a community that I don't quite
Oh.
fit in with, but I fancy them a bit. And Nicholas Decker, his Riz is attributable to his autism maxing. It's because he just leans
That is
in
true.
on being smart and willing to say the socially taboo thing that he actually believes in. And that kind of dick edginess without trying at all, accidental edginess, that is people I think are attracted to that.
Well, that has not worked well for me in the past.
You haven't maxed. You haven't leaned into it the way that Mr. Decker
And
has.
you also haven't approached anyone in years.
Well, that's true, but when I have expressed my controversial beliefs, okay, I don't think women have not found that particularly appealing.
Well, you're sorting. You're
I guess I am.
You gotta
You know,
find
the
someone to
nice-
match
the good
your
ones-
freak.
Right. I guess
Yeah,
the
you
good
do
ones
exactly.
would find
You
that
do
appealing.
want someone who's gonna match your freak, right? It's not you don't want to change too much about yourself or hide too much about yourself that it's not worth pursuing or it's not gonna actually go anywhere. So yeah, some of people are gonna be if you're talking about autism maxing, right, and saying the controversial thing and some people gasping at that, well that's yes, because that's what is going to happen. That's what makes it cool and subversive what you're doing. So you gotta just find the ones who liking that post instead of, freaking out at you in the comments.
Women like genuine,
that is
dude.
not,
That's what you got to be. You
Well,
got to be
sure.
genuinely non-fun. Okay? You got to be unapologetically non-fun.
Unapologetic, exactly.
Unapologetically non-fun. You love shrimp. You're here to save them. Okay? Fuck the haters. Okay?
Exactly.
That's what you got to be. And you got to be just confident, man. And I know it's a cliche, but you have to understand that you're a catch and that any woman would be overjoyed
Wow. Incredible.
and blessed to have you.
True.
Okay? Right? You would be a blessing in their lives. And you have to internalize that. And the way I did it, I can't speak for everyone, because I remember being 19 years old. I remember being 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old. I was very insecure and I was terrified of rejection. Like, I don't think you understand how terrified I was that a woman would say no to me or a woman would not like me that I liked. And so rather than face that fear, for a couple of years, I did like you. I didn't approach. I was like very shy about it. What got me out of that, okay, right, is realizing through a couple real life experiences that actually women like what I have to say, right? Women are interested in what I have to contribute and things like that. Women do actually find me attractive and things like that. And it took a while to realize that, but once I did, it became a lot easier. And I think that's what you need to do. You're not an unattractive guy, Nonfon. You look fine. There's nothing unattractive about you. You have no penalties in that department, okay? Not everyone's going to like your look. You're not like a fucking supermodel or nothing, right? But you're fine. You meet the minimum threshold, okay?
Yippee.
And you have to realize you're smart. You are able to talk to people. You do a stream where you talk to people. You have convictions. You have beliefs that you hold that you can defend. And that can be sexy. You just got to do it. And you just got to realize, like, hey, I'm cool. Your life would be better with me in it. Okay? And approach a woman with that in mind. I don't know. That's the long and short of it. Everything I'm trying to get you to do is leading for that to be your realization. But we got to, work on it and we got to get there. So
How about we do
I
like a
mean-
1 week update? We send Nonfon
Yes.
on a mission to go to the park and compliment at least 5 people a day.
Give him
5
homework
people
A lot
later.
of that.
day.
5 people a day is a lot of people. At least
It is a lot
at
of
least
people.
one or 2 people a day.
1 or 2 people. I can do maybe 2 people like every other day or
On
something.
the days that you go out.
Sure.
Make plans.
No,
to, go
don't
out
give him that
places.
excuse.
Go to go get boba tea with your friends, or go do go play frisbee. Like Wick said, there's tons of things you can go out and do. Go play mini golf. Like just put yourself out there. Go out to places that are social hangout spots.
Could play mini golf. Do a mini golf near me.
Bro.
Mini golf is a great spot. There's tons of young people go to play mini golf, like all the time.
Well, people go there with their friends. I don't think many people go there on their own. I think it'd be weird.
Why don't you go with
go
your
there.
friends?
That's go
Yes,
with
I
your
could.
friends.
Well, I get most of my friends live somewhat far away. I guess I could go mini golfing with my friends, and I still feel very weird approaching a woman at mini golf still. But regardless,
I mean, if you see somebody that's cute, hey, I like your swing, or just anything with context, like Wick said,
well,
or if you just think somebody's good looking, and if you find the moment to approach them, because I understand, it can be intimidating to approach somebody that's in a group of friends sometimes,
mhm.
but that doesn't mean people are just going to automatically shut you down. It's all about your approach. Come in with confidence.
You need more social in real life places to go, like routines, as I said. Okay? You need to find trivia night, karaoke, something near you, okay? Something that you will feel a commitment to, okay? So you will feel and that you will enjoy even if you don't find someone there, right?
Yeah, and don't put pressure on yourself so much that you're not going to enjoy it when you do approach somebody. It's all about just having fun and meeting people. You're young. That's what these years are for, Just living your best life.
Brother, if you
well,
lived near Pennsylvania, we would be going out tonight together. I would wingman for you, okay?
Hey,
We would go find
incredible.
some place that does karaoke, and we would go and we would sing and we would have a good time. Here's the thing: if people could tell you're having a good time, they're gonna want to have a good time with you, right? If you seem like a person that's happy to be around themselves, they're gonna want to be around you. It's with streaming too, right? We already know that you were a streamer, dude. Right? You are already okay with putting yourself out there. You just got to translate that from the screen to real life. $5 from Gelatinous Rube to save for coffee shops and other hangouts. If the cashier is friendly and chatty, usually the customers are too. Good metric for who to approach. Thank you for the $5.
I guess I don't. I mean, this is a. I don't want to say deeper issue. I don't know. I mean, I live the place I live is mostly like a retirement community place, right? Like most of the shit we have near us is
Is there
golf,
anything
right?
within a 20-minute
well-
drive?
Find where the young
You
people
live with your
go.
parents.
Young people are. I don't know,
to
maybe I live with my
clubs.
parents.
Don't. How far are
Well-
you from the beach?
Like college clubs,
3
like
hours.
community shit.
Plan
Not
a,
like clubs,
beach
clubs.
trip with your friends. Go to the beach for the weekend. You could also live stream at the
I mean-
beach.
That's true. That's true. Well, I don't know what I would live stream at the beach exactly, but I do live near lakes though. Like there are beaches at lakes
okay.
near me. I guess I can go.
Look,
guess I
you
can
can
go
literally
there.
go, and I know if Soy Post's still in chat, they may yell at me. You can literally go to Walmart,
No,
the grocery store.
don't approach women in the grocery stores. We don't like it. Please don't.
You need
Let
to
them
practice.
do they
I'll
them.
give sometimes.
Psycho.
I mean, I guess it's up to the woman, but I particularly hate being approached in the grocery store. Just because I'm there for what I want to get and I want to get out, and I come
I
in
say that he just approaches people anywhere at this
Yes,
point. Like he needs to
anywhere.
get out there.
He needs to get rejected. That'll be good for him. Okay? You're going to get hundreds. Just prepare yourself for this. Hundreds of people are going to reject you throughout your life. That's okay.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's normal. You are not like this unlovable person because a lot of women don't want to have a relationship with you. That's most men. And it's okay. But there are some women who are eager even to meet you. Okay? You just got to figure out someone that you're attracted to who is also attracted to you. And the way you do that is through approach. And look, I wish we lived in a culture where women approach more, but we don't. So this is going to have to be on you. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're
And
hesitant.
don't ever send your friend to talk to a girl for you.
Yeah,
Be
don't do
very
that.
unattractive to women. We don't like that.
interaction. Be the non-woke interaction that you wish to see in this world, you know?
Testicle Johnson for $5 says always neg her by comparing her to your exes. It shows you've had options.
That's not feasible for me, unfortunately, right? So, fortunately that's out, Testicle Johnson.
So testy.
You said you had female
compare-
friends in real life, right? Around your
Yes.
age?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you talked to any of them about your issue? Like, I know you're not romantically interested in them, and I'm not suggesting you try to
Mhm.
be romantically interested in someone you're not or try to change that dynamic. But sometimes the best wingman is a wing woman, okay? Sometimes you just be like, man, I just need to get a date. Sister Kathy or whoever the fuck, right? Can you help me? Okay?
Sister Cat.
I don't know. I was just fucking like, can you help a brother out? Okay. Where are your single female friends? Set me up on a blind date with one of your buddies.
I mean, I guess I could.
Why not?
I guess I could ask that. I don't know.
They can say no, and you'd be like, okay.
I've kind of complained to one of them, but I don't want to say complain. I vented to one of them before about it, kind of. But that's
yeah.
about
Say,
it.
hey, is there anyone who you could think of that would be a fun blind date that would agree to that?
Or go to like whatever girly events that your girlfriends want to go to, because chances are there's going to be a bunch of other women there.
Well, then he's going to look like the gay best friend.
Fancy, bro.
Which makes him more approachable.
Oh, that's another hack. This is another hack.
People don't see you as threatening when you're hanging out with all your women friends. You know, they're like, "This is a good guy."
Okay, this
That's
this
a
hobby.
lie. That's a lie.
Okay, this hobby is gonna get you laid. Okay, ballroom dancing. Learn to ballroom dance. Go to swing dance class, ballroom dance class. You will get laid.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Wick. That's not happening. See, that's just not gonna.
Why
yeah,
not?
I'm just not gonna do that. I don't have any interest in dancing at all. Seems rather embarrassing to me.
Yes, everyone's going to be embarrassing when they first learn to dance. That's life, baby. When you first start to learn a thing, you're going to be bad at it and it's going to be embarrassing. But this helps you get over yourself, basically, frankly, right? Yeah, you're going to be embarrassed. Cool. You will learn the skill.
Ballroom dancing as an undergrad. There was like some type of physical education requirement or something, and I took ballroom dancing, and that's just like your peers there, and they have to do it, and you guys switch partners, and you at least you're forced to get comfortable holding a woman's hand and like being close to her body, even if which is good practice, even if it's not sexual and you're not interested in these people, is to become more comfortable with that type of interaction. So if your university offers something like that.
Hey, if you want to come on and give him better advice, feel free, okay? But $5 from the Scorned One to say, stop focusing on finding a woman and make a local friend group in the area. After that, it'll be 10 times easier to find a partner. So as I understand it, though, Nonfon has friends that he hangs out with in real life. Am I wrong?
Not many of them are in my area.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, none of them are in my area anymore. Actually, one is, but he's 50 years old.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's just no comic. I'm not gonna tell him that. But
well, now I'm gonna look what he said.
He says, tell Nonfon to make sure he mentions that he hates using condoms within the first 10 minutes of chit chat.
Bro, I like that advice.
Okay, don't do that.
That's good advice.
It sounds like you were hiding the ball in the beginning. So really, you don't have a lot of people that you're socializing with in real life in close vicinity to you.
Not
That's
that close
something
to
that
me,
is
yeah.
would be. You should change that, even if the people that you're associating with don't become your best friends. Having, like we've all been talking about, a group of other students even that you have somewhat similar hobbies, you all do trivia or you all do whatever, that would be a good start. Hanging out with people in real life more.
Do you like Dungeons and
what-
Dragons, Nonfon?
I've never played it. It
Okay.
does not seem that interesting to me. But
Here's this. Okay. First of all, $10 from Gelatinous Rude to say the constant refusal to do anything because you're too cool for it, or following up every suggestion with actually there are no single women my age and 3 hours of me, so checkmate is asshole behavior. Thank you for the $10.
I don't think I'm too cool for it. I just have no interest in dancing or in. Well, dancing's the thing I don't have any interest in. The rest of the advice was fine, mostly.
Okay. Yeah, you don't if you're going to hate it, then fair. But even D&D, if you find a college D&D group, okay, at your college campus, if there's like an open D&D night, some local gaming stores have these. They're the open D&D nights, and groups would be love to have you, okay? That'll help you get a group of people to socialize with. And that, I think, is another important step here. Maybe they have a friend, right, who's single too, right? Maybe you will like one of them that happens to be going to the group. I don't know. But it's just, you got to maximize your exposure to other people.
Well, I agree with that. And like I think I have been. I've gotten. I think I have gotten a little bit better at it. And Wick, you're not. I guess you're a non-zero reason why. I don't think you were that important. No offense, but like I did do like in-person classes for the first time since like I was out of high school relatively recently, like over the summer. And that was not nothing, I guess.
It's not
Are you-
nothing, but it's not enough. Does that make sense?
Are you going back soon?
Yeah, well, I'll not for in person. No. I guess within 8 weeks from now, I think I will.
That's a problem.
It's
You
like
need
second
to.
second 8 weeks of the semester. I do.
In-person classes are how I met a lot of women, right? Just after class, between classes, things like that, and you talk and you chat them up. So it frustrates me because I understand that a lot of things are online now, right? And a lot of activities and social activities that people engage in are online now. But you just need to find the places that aren't, and you need to start going to them. And I don't know. And even if you can't, if you have to do the online stuff, then you need to then that becomes a numbers game, and you need to start just DMing people, right? You need to DM them and say, "Yo, I saw you chatting about this in the server. I also think this in the server. I think you're cool. My name's Nonfon. Blah blah blah." Right? Just figure out a way to. It's context dependent. I can't give you a specific script, right? But like, practice. Learn what works, what doesn't.
Find also like things that you're interested in locally. Like conventions are a big place to meet. Tons of people with shared interests. Tons of women at conventions are open to meeting people. Like, as a nerd myself, like if I meet a guy that I can nerd out with, like I'm over the moon about it. You know, like if I can find somebody that I can like nerd out on something that we have mutual interest with, like it gets me excited to talk to them. And like I was saying earlier, that'll just make it easier talking with people that you're meeting for the first time when you have that mutual interest spark right there.
Right. Well, the only issue of conventions is that like my city's not big enough to have like any of its own conventions. There are I guess like there are places I'm trying to think of where like there there are kids at my age that occasionally like hang out there socially or whatever. But conventions don't really happen near me, and the conventions I am interested in usually are rather far away, like in DC for the Abundance Conference. Like that's the only that's one of the only ones that'd be feasible for me to go to. Technically feasible for me to go to.
And
Time
there's
watch.
there's
rather-
ones in Texas. Texas is closer to North
Texas
Carolina.
is-
Okay, time watch
Texas
for
is-
$5 says, in all seriousness, ask ChatGPT. Give me a list.
No!
Hold on.
Like this
Ask
idea.
ChatGPT to give you a list of events in your zip code for the next 3 weeks and pick something.
Oh,
Which is different. I would
That's a
never
good idea.
suggest going to ChatGPT for pickup lines or whatever. Jacob Buckingham for £5 says, parks and bars are the worst idea for this guy. He struggles in this conversation. Never mind one that he has to start and carry. That's what we're trying to fix, Jacob. We already gave him. Do you remember what I told you to write down? Can you read it back to me?
you said to ask people out within 1 or 2 days of matching with them.
Okay, well,
on
you
the
need to write
dating
down
app.
something else.
You-
Yes, that's true. I also told you to write that down. But also, I think Skyana told you to this. You need to start a conversation, whether it be preferably offline, but if you must, online, with 5 different people, strangers, a day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A day is
Do it.
It doesn't have to be a day.
Ambitious.
Just
but
any time that you go out, just make it a goal to at least talk to one person or at least compliment one person.
that I can probably do. See, 5 a day is a little much, but that I can probably do.
We want to stretch you. We want to have the point of goals is that you have to actually work to achieve them, and it's not something that's entirely comfortable. Robert Paulson for $2 to say, my boy needs a wingman. Find a wingman first. Fair. I mean, again, the distance is an issue. If I could, I would look. Maybe we need to do a fundraiser so I can drive down to Nonfon and help him out directly in person. Okay, $5 from Dwarven Beard Crafts. The Triangle area has a good amount of conventions, both anime and general nerd. That is probably a day trip for you.
Yeah, there are like I mean there are definitely some I get probably like anime ones I can make it to. I'm not interested in anime. Like I'm not that far away from like Greensboro or Raleigh, and like they have conventions there that like I can drive to within a day.
$10 from Audacity to say I retract my previous stance on AI companions. No, Nonfon, perfectly capable. He's perfectly capable. Okay, we just need to get you the ability to actually talk. I don't know how else to say it. Go ahead, Tali. You had something to say?
No, I mean, I'm just like, I think Wick brought this up, but I wasn't paying close enough attention. Like, do you have interest in like tabletop games and like that type of or you're more into online games? Like, you have no interest?
don't
Like,
think
you
I'm-
would hate to play with other smart, nerdy people, some type of like tabletop
I
game?
don't want to say I would hate it, but I just I don't know. I really do not enjoy most most card games that I've played or most board games that I've played. Like if I'm playing like with my friends and it's something stupid, like then I can have fun with it. But I don't know. Most of this I don't know. I just don't have interest in most things like that.
Just thinking to like I've been nerd adjacent, though not a nerd myself, for a long time, and all the nerds around me, they fuck and they socialize doing nerdy things. And like a lot of
Yes.
that like was always game night. And I'm not very interested in games, but I like my friends who like to play games, and so I would go, and there's always beer, and you can bring something to eat, and it's just it's a way to be social with people. And I do think that seems to be the consensus here is you need to be out and be with people in real life, and you need to want to do that, really. And I'm not convinced that you want to.
Well, I mean, so there are definitely things like I don't have any interest in doing, right? So like
So
I said,
what you're
I'm
saying,
not
basically,
I'm not gonna
to-
fucking
to-
learn to dance.
Just
Okay?
real quick,
But-
non-fun,
Mhm.
real quick. What we're hearing, at least, and you may not be intending to tell us this, but what I'm hearing and what Tali seems to be hearing is you want to get buff, but you don't want to work out.
No,
And
I
I'm
understand
telling
that.
you,
So I want to be like there, genuinely, like I am interested in like there are plenty of places where like I'm fine doing trivia night, like that is like something that I definitely like can be interested in. I might be hesitant to do it because I'm nervous about like talking to a woman and talking to people in general, or whatever. But like that is something I can generally see myself enjoying and doing, right? And like that's not true of dancing. Okay, I'll make that clear. Not true of dancing. Not happening. But that it is true of mini golf. It is true of trivia night. It is true of just like going to a fucking coffee shop or whatever.
skills are also attractive. Do you have any unique skills? Like, are you particularly good at something that is something that you can show off?
I can tell you, I can tell you the differences between CPI and PCE, and why I think CPI tends to overestimate inflation, and why since 1996 in the Boston Commission, it changed the methodology to make sure it overestimated inflation by less, but still probably overestimates inflation. Like I don't know, I could do that.
Well, okay,
I
well,
don't know if
women,
I have
is
much else.
this appealing to any of you?
So economics specifically is gonna interest a very small number of women, but being a smart guy is going to interest a lot of women. Being I don't know if that means you need to broaden the range of like political things that you're interested in, but I think you are interested in politics and I don't know if I'm projecting
Aren't there
politics and
like
culture more generally.
Yeah,
political clubs or like economic clubs that you can join for your college?
I'm sure that I think my school is a pro-life club. I don't know if I meet the type of woman I want to meet there.
Infiltration. Okay.
Right.
Infiltration.
I don't know exactly. I don't think that'd be a good idea. But
So
Not like
cognitive
pro-life
dissonance says
club,
being
like
super attracts women if you're already super good looking, but I just completely disagree with that because I've become attracted to people who I do not find physically good looking because they were really smart and
Mhm.
passionate about what they're talking about. That's absolutely an experience I've had. Sustained attraction to someone who I was not very physically attracted to, especially initially, because I found them very smart and like a compelling speaker in that way. So I don't think you need to already be attracted to the person for being really smart to give you an advantage.
You know what might
makes sense.
actually work, and this is a long shot, but I think it has some potential. You say you have a pro-life club in your college. Go there and debate all takers. Okay, go and like make it an event, and then win, and women will find that attractive. Okay,
Well, I think I'm debating someone about abortion tomorrow.
do it
So
in
who
real
knows, but
life. Let them
well,
again. Not online. This is a key here. Not online. In meat space. Okay.
I will say though, like knowing a lot about economics, while he may not particularly find women that are exactly attracted to that, knowing a man who's like good with his money is a good quality.
oh, I am. Well, what do you consider good? With I
I mean,
I
you
don't know
have
if I fit that
you have like
definition.
financial literacy. You have a good understanding of economics. That could translate.
Yeah, but also got a good understanding of the importance of buying malaria nets and shrimp welfare donations instead of anything else. So.
Yeah, you'll find someone to match your freak. I have no doubt about it. Honestly,
Well, I'm glad.
you just
I'm
have to be
glad.
comfortable with talking to that person once you live in bed. And
But it
like
would also
everybody
have to
else has
be.
been saying, the more practice you have talking to people, the easier it's going to be.
They do also have to. I don't think this is a deal breaker for most people. They would also have to be okay with me being vegan. I don't know, like, aren't exactly
It's a
many
deal-
vegan restaurants near me, but
I think it's a deal breaker for some people, but not for most people.
yeah, I don't think most people.
As long as like you're okay with like your partner being a meat eater.
I can tolerate it. I can tolerate it.
The issue is, at least as I see it, is that you just don't have enough offline interactions and you need them. So any way to have more offline interactions, that's what you need to do. That's the thing.
That's
What do you think?
yeah. Just get out of your comfort zone a little bit and approach people in any sort of space. The next time that you go out, keep it in the back of your head that you gotta compliment someone or talk to someone that you don't know.
Well, I
Correct.
put
You
in my
have
notes
to.
app to. Do I what? Sorry.
You have to. You have to. That means like even if there's like not a great opportunity to, or not someone that you're actually so attracted to, or you don't think that their shoes are so amazing, you need to make it a point to just practice that. I mean, this is like this idea of like, oh, 5 people on a date, that would be ridiculous. Kind of, but if this is actually, if you see this as an actual issue for yourself, which maybe you don't, and I don't know you personally, but if you see this as an actual issue for yourself, something like exposure therapy would require you to do it intentionally multiple times. You like hitting that fear head on, both getting used to the experience of doing it and getting used to the range of reactions that you're going to get. Both realizing that most of the time it's not going to be as bad as you expect, and having interactions where it does go badly and learning to deal with it going badly. So you really do just need to, if you view this as a real problem that you're facing, you do really need to actually tackle it head on and experience it more than you wish to.
Well, I've written it down on my notes. I have it in bold. Okay, I have the words "have to"
Right.
in bold. All right, so we will work on.
What
it.
else are
We will
you
do it.
worried about? With women in general, with you in regard to women, or with dating? What other fears or hang-ups, other than this one, which is the most important one, I think? Like, without this, we can't get any further. But I'm just curious, what else you seem to struggle with in this, or that you're worried that you struggle with? Like, what are some of your hang-ups, or what's the word for it? Not inconsistencies. Insecurities. That's it. What are your other insecurities?
I don't know. So I don't. I mean, I agree. I think the biggest one is the thing we've been talking about. I guess like I don't know. Like I am somewhat like I guess I'm somewhat worried about just like about them taking like time away from things I also like doing. Now I don't think I'm really that worried about it, right? I mean, there's a reason I've been seeking people out, despite that or whatever. I guess but I guess that's above zero concern, maybe. I don't know. I think that's really it. I don't know. I don't think I have that many concerns.
I think that's just a
So you
nervous
don't
concern.
want. Oh.
Now go on, Tali, please.
To me, that just sounds like you're just not really interested. And maybe that's you're not interested yet thing.
Well-
Maybe that's just maybe that's gonna be you for like who knows. This could be deeper for you, but your concern is that seeking out women would take away time from doing other things that you prefer to do. Then seeking out women is just low on your priority list.
Well, it is true, but
Definitionally.
so that's kind of true, but I think so. I am concerned about that, right? But that's like a relatively minor thing. I think that's like pretty overwhelmingly triumphed by the other thing we were talking about, and I guess it's definitely like worth like the idea at least of having like a girlfriend or whatever. It's like definitely worth me potentially taking away time from the whatever nerdy shit, streaming shit that I do, right? So, I don't know.
I mean,
I think we're at kind of like a. Well, you had something to say, Mel, but I think we're
Well-
hitting a wall.
yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, like, that's not a super big concern because typically when you meet somebody that you like, you end up wanting to spend more time with them anyways. and like kind of sacrificing the time of doing the things that you normally do is easier to do because you want to spend time with that person. There is like definitely a level to it where some people can be like completely too clingy and like not give you space for anything. But I think generally everybody kind of values their own space a little bit. So like just because you find something with somebody doesn't mean that it's gonna monopolize all your time and you're not gonna have time to do any of things that you enjoy doing by yourself. I think you would still have time to do that.
Like I agree. Like the woman, like the woman I have liked in the past, right? Like I much preferred, hanging out with them usually to whatever nerdy shit I'm doing. But like obviously there is the sort of there's a cost of seeking them out, and if that ends in failure, that's wasted time. Okay, there's an opportunity cost.
It's not wasted. It's not wasted time. No, it's a learned experience. You learn from your experiences.
Okay,
it's not wasted time.
Wasted was harsh. Okay, wasted was harsh, but nonetheless, opportunity cost. Okay, a real thing.
Okay, I have some callers who want to come in and yap.
Oh boy, of course.
Bring them in.
Boy.
If you want to come and yap at this guy till I'm tired of you.
I do have to go.
Oh, if you have to go. Skyanna, tell people where they can find you. Give last advice, all that.
Skyanna on Twitch. Nonfon, you better get out there and talk to a random ass person. I believe in you, and I'm gonna message you in exactly a month from now to see if you have done it.
I'm gonna message you tomorrow. Make sure you've done it.
Next month.
I got to stream for at least 29 more hours.
Yeah, check out Skyanna. Link to her Twitch channel is in my YouTube description. Give her a follow. Thank you for being here. Okay.
I wish you luck. Good luck with your subathon as well.
Bye.
Hell yeah.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yep, you got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Nonfon revealed his primary issue earlier when he suggested that, well, maybe a girlfriend would be taking time away from me, and it would take. I'm worried about it taking time away from things that I care about. And he walked it back within 2 minutes once he realized that he implied that meant that he didn't want a girlfriend at all. The moment people took that at face value, he immediately started walking it back like, oh, well, I guess I could spare some time. The problem with Nonfon and young men who shoot down every single half-decent idea for how to stop being an incel,
I don't think I shot down.
Is that they shot down every single idea. I can't go outside. There's actually no women outside. I live in an alternate dimension where there are no women. They're not outside. They're not in my age range. They're certainly not in my entire state. There are no conventions I can go to. There are no places I can hang out at. There are no events that I could go to. I can't go ballroom dancing. I can't go swing dancing because I will be embarrassed. Is because I think a lot of young men have not had the opportunity themselves to reject opportunities being flung their way. And so it feels good to reject that advice because that's the closest they've ever gotten to rejecting a romantic partner. It's a huge problem. And it's fun. But it's going to be a lot more fun if you get to reject real women. And you have to go outside to do that.
Real. The rest of the advice I liked and will be doing, and I have written it down. Like I agree with it. Now there are some things that I'm just not interested in doing. Right? Like I just don't like dancing. Okay, like that's not that's a little.
You're not going to dance.
What was the thing that you
hold on, just real quick. You know you're not going there because you like dancing. That's not the purpose.
I understand that, but
you're going there to get laid.
I think the purpose would be to become.
I
think the purpose is to become comfortable being in really close vicinity to women, like having your body up against a woman's body. I think that's actually good practice, and I think it's not. I mean, you should look into if you have some type of physical education requirement at your university. Then you're getting school credits for it. It's not a waste of time. You need to have those credits accomplished. And you are literally getting practice of having to hold a woman's hand and have your body touching her body. I think that's valuable practice.
It's in a social, safe space because everybody's doing it. You're trading partners.
Everyone has to be there. And everyone has to be there for credit too. Like you're all in the same boat.
I mean, I don't think I.
Like, nobody's
I don't
going to
think I
point
need
at you and say,
like,
"Hey, that
credit for
guy's
whatever,
dancing.
but
What's this weird guy?"
Right.
I understand. Listen. Okay. I don't like that idea. Okay, like
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
like when I had to. I remember we had to like dance for Spanish class, like when I was in 3rd grade even, and I fucking like would not do it. Like I'm pretty sure I got an F on that assignment, bro. I did not participate. All right.
It's bad.
Like I said,
That's
I
bad.
don't
That's
feel like
something
I
you should
shot down the rest
overcome.
of the ideas though.
And you have not advanced past that mindset since. I'm in 3rd grade. I feel embarrassed. I feel insecure at having done this. So I'm not going to advance. It's like, man, you can shoot down real women at these places. And it's going to be way more entertaining and way more fun than shooting down ideas for how to go talk to them. That's all I'm suggesting. I think you're going to do great if you just go outside.
Yeah, we got your back, bro. Thanks for calling in, Ash.
I intend on going outside.
Yes, sir. All right. See yous. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, and we're all rooting for you, man. Like, none of us, we want to see you succeed. I have a self-interest in seeing you succeed. Okay. Let's bring on the next
I
guy.
appreciate it.
Okay, what's up?
Hello.
Yeah, what you got?
Yelling and yapping. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So, one thing that I'm hearing so far is again, the opportunity cost being super, super, super huge, which I fucking get. If you enjoy what you're doing at home, why the fuck would you want to go out and do other things, right? Now, sounds like you want to date, you want to get laid, all that kind of shit, sure, but like the opportunity cost is so fucking important and so huge. So one thing that goes through my mind is like, if you look like video game style, like desire things, right? Staying home might be here, going out's here because you don't think it's going to happen. What can you like get to get that motivation higher? What can actually get you there to motivate? Sounds like dancing? Fuck.
Okay, so right.
Other things maybe.
So I think the opportunity cost is an above zero consideration, right? Like, but I think that is weighted significantly less than like the other considerations. So I think the real issue is like because there is an opportunity cost, and because like I am also nervous to do it, like and I don't know, maybe probably because I don't think it's likely to be successful. Also, and part of the reason it's not going to be successful might be because I am like nervous to do it, right?
Yep.
You know, because that sort of opportunity cost is there, like it does make me less likely to do it. But I think that I think the opportunity cost essentially, I think it comes down probably the more confident I get, probably the more like used to it I get. Like the more I start enjoying actually doing it, right? So.
And I speak from experience when I say I completely get that, because that's something that I worked on years ago as well, is when it comes to this shit, the anxiety and stuff brings the desire to go out down as well. There's comfort at home, there's all this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like I try to work on ways I can make the negative impacts lessened and then more encouraging things like to go out and shit. Like if someone this is a very like specific thing, right? Like for me, all right, if I'm staying at home alone, like you're saying, there's like the whole dating, like sex and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty motivating. You're sitting home, it's not going to do that, right? So like just like talking to a friend one-on-one, if someone's like, oh shit, let's catch up, blah, blah, blah. If it's someone I know, there's no like sexual chemistry interest, and they want to come over and talk, I'll be like, no, let's go to a bar and do it. And I'm so much more inclined to do that instead of just playing video games in that sense, because just going to the bar now is like, okay, who knows what'll happen, right? There's now something might happen kind of thing. And just trying to figure out for you.
Can you get closer to your mic, or maybe see if you're connected to your mic?
Wait, am I?
No,
when you first came in, your mic kind of blew out. So I'm wondering if you're not connected to your mic, because your volume's low. We can hear you, but it's low. It's much lower than everyone else here.
All right, let me go to my mic settings then.
Could be because it's a little bit further away.
I also leaned back, so that also probably could have been a factor.
Yeah, because you sound better now.
Okay, I could just lean forward too. Is that better? Does that work for you then, Tally?
You're still lower, but maybe it's just me. Although I don't know. Keep
get
going. You're
your
audible.
point out, and then we'll just. Yeah.
You're audible. Yeah.
And then yeet me out. Fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But like, that to me is the big consideration I would go, is like how to get the anxiety and everything the lowest possible, and then your motivation up so that you can at least get out there. I think getting outside the house into locations, especially again, third places where, like again, grocery store, not a third place. You're outside, but people aren't. There's not like a implied consent to talk to people. Yeah, you can do it, but if you go to like bars, coffee shop, all that, things that are considered third places, it's almost like a green light that if you talk to someone and you're not being an asshole, you're not being rude or anything, it should at least be like a just very kind of like, yeah, nice to meet you, bye, right? Like there's a huge difference there. So getting comfort going to those places, talking to people, finding ways to lower your anxiety, improve it going. I like literally had to go to the bar alone and just play fucking Vampire Survivor on my phone for like a few times. Just like, look, no one gives a shit that I'm here alone. So why am I stressing out when I actually go with people or this or that? And that started to like make the anxiety go away, which made it more and more comfortable to go. You might meet people, all this. I think just gamify it, right? You're a smart person. Figure out what motivates you and what demotivates you and make it work. All right, you can eat me now.
Okay, that's actually good advice. You should listen. That's good advice. I don't know. Anyone else got anything in chat they want to come up and tell our boy here, Jeb10? You had a lot to say earlier to me about other things. You want to give some advice to our boy Nonfon? Yeah, you want to kind of... I just fear... Look, Nonfon, you have great potential. There's a lot into you. Okay, there's a lot in you. Okay? We just need to get over some hurdles. And I empathize. Women are scary. Women are scary, okay? They are terrifying. And rejection is also terrifying. It's scary. I don't know. You just gotta. It's repetition, exposure therapy.
Are you a gooner? Like, are you horny?
So I meme about being a gooner.
I've seen his posts.
Really...
He's horny.
Oh my god.
I've seen his posts. He's a gooner, confirmed.
Listen, don't scroll too far through my Twitter, all right? But or don't look at my Instagram likes or my Twitter likes.
He's absolutely a gooner. That's okay. It's okay to be horny. Women are sexy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And that's better. I think like back to the Nicholas Decker, like he gives off "I want to fuck women" energy, even though he's
true
quirky and awkward in lots of other ways. Yeah, I think that's the part that some of us aren't convinced here. Is like, how badly do you want to fuck girls? Not little girls, big girls, Do you like
women?
Girls,
Let's call them women. Let's call them women, please.
Little girls and big girls, right?
Okay, well, I mean, I appreciate the advice. Okay, I will I'll do it. I do want to get to other things on my stream at some point.
Okay, we got one more caller, then we're gonna let you go. Okay.
Hell yeah.
What you got for him, Zersey?
Oh.
Yo, I'm live.
You're live.
Yo, do I need my camera on?
Just get what you. Yeah, no, you're fine. You've been watching. Give our young young brother some advice.
I think the thing that still is taking me out is I don't really know exactly what you want, Nonfon. I think the last time we chatted, I think I asked that question and it was kind of up in the air. It was just kind of, you'll take what you can get. I understand when you say you want to go ballroom dancing because, you don't want a woman like that, right? And that's reasonable. But I also think that you do need to solidify what is it that you're actually trying to obtain in a relationship with a woman, That's going to dictate where you go to begin with, to even begin to, shoot your shot and, do your set. So I would say take some time, obviously it doesn't have to be at this exact moment, but legitimately try to figure out, like, do you want a family or do you just want to have sex with them, But there's that. I think one thing that also is a little strange to me is the advice when it comes to approaching. It's just kind of like repetition, but it's not mindset. I've approached very many women over the years in many different areas. The greatest piece of advice really when it comes to approaching women is remembering, one, that they're people, and two, oftentimes they appreciate it, right? So like a lot of men are very outcome dependent. And this is what is causing the anxiety to begin with, right? You feel pressure because you want to get a specific thing. But in reality, that's not as important as being able to have the interaction in general. And like I said, most women, they're not going to snap at you. At least in my experience, they're not going to hurt you, and they also are probably going to appreciate it as well. So really, the lack of confidence, right? This anxiety that you're feeling, a lot of it is coming from a lack of humility. What does that mean? It means that you're not appreciating that that woman has the fullness to accept or deny you at that moment, right? You're outcome dependent. You want to be accepted. Well, maybe you won't be, right? But there's still a comfort in being able to interact and just do something for someone else. And again,
Okay.
most women, they're going to appreciate an approach if you're kind and respectful. You
We
don't
gotta-
need a set. You know, you just got to be
Yeah,
you just got to be honest.
We gotta let the Nonfon go. Unfortunately, he has to go. Xerxes, thank you for calling in.
True.
But I want to give everyone here their outs. I'm gonna keep streaming. I have some stuff to say, and I have continually things to talk about here. But I want to give Mel an out and Nonfon an out, and Tali if she needs to go too. But if you'd like to stay, Tali, we can just chat. That's fine too. But let's go to
Miss
Mel
you, Wick.
first.
I'm gonna
and then we'll go
hang
to-
out.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to Mel first, and then Nonfon, and then Tali if she needs.
Well, I had a good time. Thank you for having me on. Non-fun, I think you're going to be okay. I think the more that you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you will be with just talking to people in general. And once you have that down, finding somebody to match your freak, I believe in my heart it's going to happen for you. Sometimes you got to, like somebody was saying earlier, you got to sift through all the other things before you find what you're quite looking for, so you never know until you give it a shot. But thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure, and good luck with all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Mel. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you, Mel.
Bye. You too.
Okay, Nonfon.
All right, you guys have made me. I appreciate the advice. Okay, you guys have made me maybe 30% more confident. All right, hell yeah. I promise you, Wick, I will when I go out. Approach some people, compliment some people. All right, I've written it down. All right, I will in the future ask people on Hinge to go meet somewhere within 1 or 2 days. Yeah, I appreciate the advice. All that will happen though after my subathon ends. Obviously, streaming right now. Twitch, Kick, Nonfun420, and Twitter Nonfun420, YouTube at Nonfun as well. Okay, you donate to the fucking Shrimp Welfare Project. Really good, really effective charity. Not only do you save 1,500 shrimp, you make me stream for an extra 15 minutes. All right, so go check me out, and yeah, I got some fun conversations coming up debating
We'll
some
raid
Trump
you
supporters
into
tomorrow.
we'll raid into you later. Okay, don't worry. Okay, we'll raid into.
Hell
you
yeah.
I think you
after
should
this.
strongly consider tabling for shrimp welfare at your university. You can stream it. You're gonna interest people to conversate. Ask me about shrimp welfare. I think it's actually a good idea.
Maybe I'll buy a Shrimp Welfare Project shirt, okay, and hope that people ask
Wear
me
your
about it.
costume. Wear the shrimp suit.
Just a poster board with some
I've worn
Sharpie will do.
I guess I can. I will see where I could potentially table for the Shrimp Welfare Project. All right, I
Okay.
appreciate it. Okay.
Whatever
what
it
about it.
costs you to get supplies for your shrimp welfare table at your university, I will match that in Shrimp Welfare Foundation donation.
Hell yeah! See now I have a moral obligation to
Here
do
we
it.
go.
Okay? So
Here we
now you're
go.
speaking my language.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll
I
see
mean
ya.
it
Appreciate
too. So yeah.
There you go. Well, do you think we helped our boy?
I don't know. Maybe. I think there was plenty of good advice. Not that it took a rocket science to get there. I think there was plenty of good advice, but it depends on how much he wants it. Really, at the end of the day.
I've had friends who've had problems before, but my solution to that has always been to just grab them by the scruff of the neck and drag them somewhere and force them, right, to go outside, to get out of their house. I can't do that, obviously, here in this context, in this situation. But damn, it's what I want to do. Like, it's just, okay, we're going karaoke, buddy. We're gonna sing some songs. We're gonna talk to some women, okay? And you'll be fine, buddy. You just gotta do it. I don't know how else to say it. right?
No, I agree. And he's an interesting like emblem of what is probably a larger problem. Like I'm just thinking he's 19 now, right? So like COVID happened when he was like 14, right? And so how much of like the what could have been formative social years in high school were impacted by that. And it is just so easy now to do all of college online, right? That all of these factors together make it like much easier to not be social in person,
There's
to
so
not have
many
to go outside.
excuses, right? There's so many excuses. Like,
Yeah.
why do I need to go outside? I could just use an app. Why do I need to go outside? I can stream from my desk. I can get all these empty social calories from being on Discord all day, right? And look, if he wants to talk to women on Discord, that's fine, but it's not gonna lead to an actual relationship in real life. Or at least that's not ideal. Let's just say that. It's
Well,
possible.
you just have to take it offline.
Yeah.
It's like you said, like I think, you know, dating apps can be a good tool, but like you said, you have to be within the, you know, the first day of conversation, figuring out when you're going to take it offline. And same thing. So I probably met my wife on Bumble, but when we matched, we were both happened to be headed to the same bar that night. So we met in person the day that we matched, right? Which I that night, yes, yeah, no, totally, and which I highly encourage. But even like, you know, I spend a lot of time online. Obviously, I spend more time socializing with like people online than in person. But you know, I was raised in a time where everything was in person and I was doing everything I could to be out of the house, right? And to be with my friends. That was like the generation that I was a part of. And also there are just ways like I spent a lot of time on social media on Clubhouse, which is an audio app. So I already think like speaking to people like this, whether it's video or audio, is realer, you know, more intense in a way than just, you know, on Discord messaging with
just
people.
text, yes.
And even the people that I would meet on Clubhouse, I met several of those people in real life because you find people that you get along with really well and you share interests, and you really should always be trying to take things offline. Um, but the internet really can be a tool, and it's like he almost like there. Part of what I don't believe, I'm just not convinced that he's motivated to actually meet women and date women because he says like, well, he just doesn't really like socializing with people or he's not very good at it, and like sure he's socially awkward, but so are all the autists online, right? And they're doing just fine. And also he is obviously seeking out streaming with people, like coming on and he does like to talk to people, you know, he tags people on Twitter. He likes having these social interactions, I think more than he lets on. So it really does just seem that he's not that motivated to date, which is not inherently a problem.
Someone on the other panel before said he should transition. No, he should not. Not to get a partner or whatever. Look, 19, I get it. He's not going to be a Casanova at 19. No, it'd be silly to think he would. But he does need to be out and about and trying. One of the things I like about church and religion is it bakes this into the cake. It makes it easier because you have an expectation and an excuse. They have, in the Mormon capacity, they have singles wards even, right? Where you would go to a church and it's just single people, right? And that was the whole thing, is you were going there, you would interact with people, and you would start dating and eventually get married and things like that. Nowadays, for someone who doesn't go to church or doesn't have that kind of group, you have to find other activities and spaces, but you have to do it. You have to go out there and find where women are that you would be interested in and do the things that they do. Okay? You have to be in the spaces that they are in, and you have to be there consistently. I don't know. I just don't know how else to say it. And like, again, Yeah, soy pill. It's wild. He's in no clubs in college. We tried with him, man. Like, go to a trivia night at a bar, karaoke night.
Yeah, trivia and karaoke seem like great options.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just crazy. What other thoughts? First of all, how was your vacation? How you doing?
Yeah, it was so lovely. It was great. Yeah, never quite long enough, but it was really lovely. Thank you for asking.
Well, I'm
I
glad
missed
you're
all
back.
my Wiccas though.
Oh,
All the real
good.
Wiccas out there.
Yeah, the real Wiccas out here. Okay. I know there's a civil war in Wicca land. Okay. I got struggle sessioned earlier in my Discord for having Destiny and not content rolling him in my. Well, some don't want me to have him on at all. Okay. Because of the accusations. Some of them want me to. I'm okay to have him on, but I have to content roll him, which means that he's restricted access. I don't know. I just don't.
Restricted access in what way? What does that
Like,
even mean?
he can only see the streaming room, and he can't see anyone else.
What would that do?
I'm not sure. I think that they're worried that, I don't know, he's gonna like predate on people in my Discord. I don't see that as likely.
I mean, I don't know. Like, are we going to turn this into a conversation about
If you want, go ahead.
Destiny? Because I'm down. Okay. I don't see that as likely either. I think this idea that, like, first of all, to the point that all of the Destiny haters make, Destiny doesn't need access to your Discord to predate on women or to find women, right? I mean, he's a plenty famous guy. Plenty of women are interested, and I'm sure make that known to him. He doesn't need to go searching in like other smaller creators' Discord communities to find women. I don't believe that is likely what he was ever really doing. And for whatever people want to make of Destiny's behavior, isn't even this current round of scandal from like 3 years ago? So is this something is something he's actively doing? Also, like, everyone's a fucking adult. It's kind of insulting. Like, Wick, unless you have a bunch of 16-year-olds that I'm unaware of in your
minors in my
Discord.
community. It's a rule.
Okay, so then if there are adult women who he DMs and they respond, that's like literally entirely on them. He doesn't need anybody's help getting into women's DMs, and women are not victims for talking to him. They weren't victims talking to him 2 or 3 years ago either. It doesn't mean that he can't do anything wrong.
The other argument that people have made, and this one I think does bear some weight, actually, is I have a rule in my Discord, okay? No doxing, okay? Destiny has doxed people, or tried to dox people, or is attempting to dox people, right? That does bear consideration, and it comes to because I don't want like to change the rule necessarily.
Well, you don't. If he puts a dox in your Discord server, then okay, it's an easy eject. He's breaking the rules of the server.
Sure, but I don't think I would accept if I knew someone was doxing everywhere else but my Discord community, that they would be okay to like have that rule there. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I guess it really comes down to, not to put all the pressure on you, but like, if you... Okay, I'll out myself as a very bad person. I'm not personally offended by Destiny's behavior such that I would refuse to interact with him on stream or anything like that. To the contrary, I still watch his stream. I'm still interested in his perspective and speaking with him. If that's how you feel, then that's how you fucking feel. So, for example, I hear what you're saying with the doxing thing. So if doxing is a really personally important thing to you, and on principle, you don't want to associate with people who dox, and that's a good enough reason for you to not associate with Destiny. But it seems like
but here's the thing: it's not association that they're caring about. Like, well, most of them don't care that I'm going to have him on, or at least they say they don't. Whether that's true or not, different question, right? But they say they don't, okay? But they're saying, well, the fact that you haven't content rolled him because of this. And I think what they want, if I'm being as good faith as possible, and I will, is they want me to punish him somehow. To say, to show, to send a signal, that I am not okay with this. Now, I've publicly said, that's bad. I am not okay with Destiny's behavior here. Okay?
You publicly said that about not just the doxing thing. I mean, that has been your line in several of the debates of the last month, right? Is that acting like the enemy, makes us no better than the enemy, for lack of better terms, right? So if you don't have a constitutional problem with having him on, then have him on.
That's obviously. I'm just trying to give the best faith arguments that they have. Soy Pill says, Wick, you should offer a 17-year-old from your audience as tribute to show you aren't burning the bridge. I don't have any 17-year-olds in my audience, okay? Or at least not that I'm aware of. And there's a rule. This is 18+ stream. I think I put that setting on all the things. It's 18+. It's an 18+ community. You should, if you're a minor, sorry, it's not for you. I don't know what to tell you. Right?
And there might be minors lying about their age.
Maybe.
By the way, which young people do, which I did often as a young lady. I lied about my age.
Let's not pretend that when I was in the AOL chat rooms and I was 13 years old, that I was telling people that I was 13 years old, okay? Let's be real. Jebtan says, yeah, the content role thing is a weird line. I've been clear that Destiny's community... hold on. Is just going to move yours towards the same lefty red pill shit that is rampant in his now, that they have been forced to defend him. It will necessarily make your community worse and much less safe for women. So having him on is inviting that change. Well, that's Jebtan specifically. Yeah,
well, I love Jebtan, and I noticed that he and I have different perspectives about this, but that seems... What about Destiny's community is not a safe place for women? What does that mean? Are women adults? Are adult women adults? Are they choosing to be there? I don't understand what that means. Also, I think
also just real quick to Jacobs, I'm not sweeping for Destiny. I don't understand why people keep saying this. I have never once defended anything that he's done in this situation. I'm not sweeping for it. I'm not condoning it. It is not okay. I don't know. Tali can do what she wants. She's a grown-ass woman. So.
Yeah, well, it's just like not even sweet. I just think they're... Destiny sort of says this himself. You're allowed to be grossed out by the idea of a 30-something-year-old man who is hitting up 18-year-olds. Let's say he thought she was 18, 19, which I have no reason to believe that he believed this girl to be underage. But let's say you think it's creepy for a 30-something-year-old to be interested in 18 or 19-year-olds. Okay, like that's a good enough reason to not like Destiny and not want to watch his stuff or support him. I feel like a lot of this stuff was baked into the cake in like a Trumpian way. Like, I guess I'm just confused by anyone who is like, oh, Destiny is horny? Is that supposed to be shocking to anybody that like Destiny sends likes to sext with people? I don't know how that's so
I don't
crazy.
think that's, well, most people, that's not the issue, right? We know the issue. We know, right, that it was the lack of consent where he shared nudes of other people without their consent.
But so is that what people are talking about right now? Because I thought everyone is just calling him a pedophile now.
Well,
because
again,
Rose
the
apparently was 17 years old.
The problem with my struggle session was that there was a bunch of people with their own arguments all coming. And when I would respond to one, they would think I was responding to the other, right? And say, well, I didn't say that. Well, I didn't say you did. I'm saying that guy said it. And he's like, well, I didn't say that. I said this. And it was just confusing. But Jebtan says this. I think that spaces that defend violations of consent the way his does are less safe, at least by some degree. I say that women in red pill communities are exposed to way more risk of consent violations and being baited into abusive dynamics by others in that community, and I think Destiny is turning into that, plus worse, because they're defending a very specific and clear-cut case with the Pixie stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'll just like continue to out myself as a very bad person. He shouldn't have sent Pixie's videos to people for whom he did not have explicit consent to share her videos with. I agree with this. I think Destiny probably agrees with this. I feel like he's almost said as much in his apology to her before the legal case and everything. Like, he did mess up in that regard. Let's also now remember that we're talking about a relationship between people who all of them had significant others. They were sharing porn of themselves and their significant others with each other. They knew that it was being shared beyond just each other. They knew that they were sharing it with their partners and stuff like that. So yes, Destiny is he's a gooner, right? And he's living in this environment of people who are like sharing their porn around with each other. And one of the people that he shared the porn with, of the porn sharing community, he didn't have explicit consent to share that porn with. That's not good. I don't think that's like victimizing women. Pixie, as an adult, shared pornography of herself to someone who is very famous and, like, I would say at high risk of being hacked in some way. Like, you are making a risk. You're taking a risk when you share pornography of yourself, especially when you're already letting that person share it with other people. He fucked up by sharing it with Rose without Pixie's explicit consent. That's kind of it to me. I don't Pixie is not a virginal angel. She was getting off also on sharing her porn with Destiny and other partners, and getting off on viewing porn of Destiny with other partners.
That still does not.
Yes, there was a consent leak in this porn sharing
which
community.
is worthy
I have a really hard
of
time
condemnation.
seeing that as.
But it's worthy
Sure,
of
yeah,
condemnation. Absolutely.
Not the type of condemnation that it's garnered.
I am not.
In my opinion.
Yeah, but I am not. Like, I'm not mad at anyone, or I even agree that that's bullshit. That's not okay. Pixie deserves some kind of compensation here. I don't know what that looks like, right? But some kind of justice needs to be done. My issue is that I am not the one to deal out justice in that situation, because nothing I do is going to fix any of this. It's not going to first of all, not having access to my show or my Discord will not hurt Destiny in any way, shape, or form. It won't be even a blip. Not even a blip. Okay? I don't know. It's just asking me to put myself on a pyre for nothing. Nothing will be gained. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know already, but like, you got to make a decision of what your personal line is, and then just like stand on it.
Well, my line is I'm okay with having even
and your
really
line
bad
can
people.
be, I wouldn't be friends with someone who engaged in this behavior, but I don't mind interacting with them online. Like, that's also an acceptable.
You want to hear something kind of fucked up, right? And I think this is hubris on my part. I think this is actually something wrong with my calculation, just in general, okay? But why not? If we're going to talk about shit, let's talk about shit. Let's be real on the Wick show, okay? Here's the thing. And it's going to sound weird. You can judge me if you like. But I think if I had been friends with Destiny, I like actual friends, and not just someone who talks to him every once in a while, right? In a professional setting, right? If I had been friends, he would not have done this, because he would have had a better example to look at, okay? That hubris? Yes. But I don't know. I want to help people be a better person than they are. That's kind of like just my initial, when I see someone who's bad, who's a bad person, I'm like, you know what?
That's
Could
sort
I
of
have
the
helped
Kyla
this
thing.
person? I don't know.
I
It sounds weird. It sounds weird, but it's just how I feel, and I don't know. Like, could I? Here's a thought experiment, okay? And it's a way out there hypothetical. If I could, by hanging out with someone who has done terrible things, make them less likely to do those terrible things in the future, even if I take hits for it, right? Would that be something that's even I might put people around me at risk for it, right? In some abstract way. I don't know.
I mean, I could we can't nor should we all be the savior of every lost
I know
soul
it's
out
like I
there.
said, it's a hubris. It's hubris, and I already
Yeah.
admitted that this is probably not right. The kind of like it's not rational in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean,
Wick
Destiny
is
doesn't
Jesus
want
hanging out
that
with the
either.
whores. Fair enough. Okay.
Destiny doesn't want that either,
He doesn't,
right?
yeah.
Like he like resents that.
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. He resents more like the concern trolling aspect of it. But I just think like, yeah, I don't know. On the grand scheme of things, if what you're saying is the chief complaint that everyone has is essentially the Pixie thing, is him sharing Pixie's nudes with someone outside the list of approved people for him to share Pixie's porn with, to me that just like on the grand scheme of things, it's not just not the end of the world. It's not that horrible. It's an offense and you shouldn't do it. I think too, like even this idea that it was revenge porn, like I don't think that's accurate at all. He was not responsible for the leak. He was also victimized in the leak, even if he's not the biggest victim here, although, you know, an argument could be made. But he didn't publicize Pixie's nudes. He didn't post them online. He wasn't looking for people to see them. He sent them again to someone off of the list
the
of
worst
approved
the worst
people
actor,
to send her porn.
Yeah, the worst actor in this whole situation is the person who linked it to Kiwi Farms. I don't know who they are, but whoever did that, they are the worst actor. Second worst actor are the people who forced the individuals to come forward, these things. And Destiny is tied with that, or at least up there, right? I don't know exactly where, but yeah, we can absolutely rank these things and look at these things. I don't know. It's just he is responsible. He is, because he let it get out of the approved circle. It was wrong, and yes, he bears responsibility, and he should be held to account for it. The question is, and the thing is, how? What is the account? What is the appropriate thing? And I don't know, right? The courts will decide. That'll be between the courts, Pixie, Destiny, all the people involved. They'll deal with that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think too, like, even with this most recent, you know, Willie Mac stuff, I don't know what the right answer is. Like, if it, maybe,
Well, the cops will
I don't
take
know
care
if
of
he
that.
spoke to
Honestly,
his lawyers.
I don't know either. I don't know.
That's my point too. Exactly right. So now, exactly. So now it's been reported to the police. So we're gonna see now if the police actually think that Destiny is a purveyor of child abuse material. I even think, like, again, is it technically child
And
pornography?
if he is, to be clear,
this argument's not going to win me.
Yeah, if he is, he should go to jail or face a penalty for it. Absolutely. If that's what comes out of the investigation, and he goes to court, and that's what that happens, I'm not gonna like run cover for him. Why would I? But I don't also have the necessary, like, I'm not a cop. I can't do this. And I feel weird. It's being an online creator and being in an online position like this, people have expectations of you to kind of do things that you have that are going to have no actual real effect. Like, it's not going to do anything. Parallax, you keep saying I'm pals with him. maybe I should, right? Just show people my DMs with Destiny at some point. I'll get his permission to do. You know what it looks like, gang? Hey, do you want to come on a show today?
You trying to schedule him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to come show today? No response. Hey, do you want to come show today? What's it about? Hey, would it be cool if I set up a show with these people? Sure. That's it. That's the list. That's the DMs. Does that make me pals? Are we friends? Are we cool? I don't know.
I think you should continue to have Destiny on your channel if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, look.
I would do it.
Coffee Margin says we just witnessed Rick Riz with Destiny. I don't know, man. I just wish people would stop holding me to account for other people's actions. And and I'm going to tell everyone this.
Well, they're trying to exert a level of control over
that's
you.
That's
because
it.
Like you said,
the amount of like, maybe this is just people don't realize this because it hardly ever comes up. But here's the thing. If you want to make sure that I never do something, tell me I have to. Try to bully me or pressure me into it. You're going to get the opposite of what you want. Because I'm a stubborn asshole. I'm going to just tell you, fuck off. It's my show.
Yeah.
I've had my entire streaming career. People try to control my goddamn show. And I'm goddamn sick of it. Okay? Frankly. I'm not saying you are, Jeb10. This is a problem, Jeb. Oh, God, Jeb. You're doing it again. You guys are doing it again. I'm not wrong here, Parallax. There's no wrong being done.
Come on. Come talk.
Yes, if you want to come talk to us, you can.
I can't keep up with Discord servers. So, yeah. Come talk on stream.
It will be Testy Johnson.
Like, is there anybody that you would not platform?
Oh, people who have attacked me directly. Like, people who attack me directly, I don't feel that I need to be consistent in my principle here because there is a variable that has changed in that they are coming after me specifically. In which case, nah, fuck off. Right?
By that principle, I would never speak to the soy pill again, who released his personal conspiracy theory the other day that, well, it's not even new, that the only reason I voted for Trump is because I hate trans people and I'm an Israel first voter. But it was soy pill's question of, is there anyone that you or I would not platform? I don't think so. I mean, there are a lot of like really odious people who I would be anxious to talk to, I guess, to some extent. But no, I don't think there's anyone that I wouldn't speak to.
Tali does not hate trans people. I don't know why people keep saying this.
Well, Soypill brought it up on Live and Learn the other day, so it's been re-injected into the conversation.
Why are we talking about Tali and Live and Learn? Soypill, get on the show.
There's been an episode since I was on Live and Learn where I haven't been mentioned on Live and Learn.
What is going on?
Usually, derisively, but...
Soypill, are you still in the chat?
He is, but he says that his supposed girlfriend is sleeping, so he can't talk.
He says he's
whisper.
coming.
He's
Okay, because I want to know why you guys are bringing up my co-hosts unprompted. Wow.
All right, can you guys hear me? I gotta ASMR this.
No.
Let me turn you up on my end, and you can try. If this doesn't work, that's okay.
Wrong mic. One second.
Did you leave the room?
How about now?
Yes.
Okay, so 1.
All right, give us face now, too.
I'm in my underpants and sleepwear. I cannot.
No, you're fine.
But
You're good. We don't
I'm
need to
editing.
adjust it.
Everyone is quiet, and it's a quiet day. But that's why I have my lovely Wix stream on to get me through the quiet day. So here's my thing, Tali. I don't think you hate trans people. I will say though, having followed you and Aaron, I do get a lot of AGP. Autogynephilia posters in my Twitter feed now. But my conspiracy is my conspiracy is I noticed how uncomfortable you get when we pressure you as to why you might have voted for Trump. And it sometimes it seems like you're not really telling us the real reason. It seems like you kind of dance around it. And so my conspiracy is that you have stronger opinions on trans people. Not that you hate them, obviously. I've seen you talk to Taff. I've seen you, you don't hate's a strong word, but in the same way that you maybe are rejecting the movement or ideology or thinks it goes too far. That might be my reason. But no, I don't think you hate trans people.
Okay. I mean, again, like there's true. So I don't think that I get uncomfortable when I'm asked why I voted for Trump. I think that my answer is just not that compelling for people, and or they don't want to accept it. So Jacob Hawley is correct. It is woke stuff. It's an anti-woke vote. It was in some ways a protest
Would you change your
vote.
vote on the Cracker Barrel logo? Would that have changed your vote?
No.
If Joe Biden promised to keep the original OG Cracker Barrel logo.
No.
Okay.
I don't care about the rebranding. However,
I'm trying to figure out how to win the next election.
I gotta. If I may, go ahead, Tali, and then I have a question.
No. I was gonna just talk about Cracker Barrel. So whatever you're gonna say is better.
Okay. I'm just curious why. Like, I don't mind us coming up in your conversation. I think it's good, actually. I think the more you guys say our names, the better for us.
It was a meme thing. I think someone said something about median voter, and then Tali is the meme now in the Live and Learn, especially after I had my little crash out. But to be clear, I don't want to talk about it too much because I can't crash out now. I got to be quiet. So
calling it a crash out, that's an improvement.
Oh, well, justified crash out, but crash out nonetheless.
So just so into the to give you where you're correct, Soy. The gender stuff is certainly part of the woke stuff that I resent. So this is true. Like, and I have issues with what I would call gender ideology, absolutely. But I'm so, I guess, again, like I've sort of found my niche of like trans people and non-trans people who are interested in gender and sexuality and sexology, of people who are like totally pro-trans people and don't want to talk about it in like the essence of someone having a gendered soul and being born in the wrong body. I view my take on transness, transsexuality, transgenderism, whatever you want to call it, as just like I just think I have like a more reality-based like opinion of like what it means to be trans, and none of that consists of hating trans people or wanting to take away their rights in the public sector or anything like that.
This might be hyperbole, but this is reminding me a lot about people who say, "Well, I don't hate black people because of their skin color. There's race and IQ."
But I don't hate trans, right? But
except
I don't hate trans people at all.
Yeah, well, they don't hate black people. They just know that there are certain economic factors that might make them different.
Sure, I hear you. Except I'm just obviously not saying that, right? Because I'm not saying, oh, I don't hate trans people. It's just that they're promoting nihilism and pornography and all this. I don't say any of those things because I don't believe those things.
Well,
I just
what do you hate about gender
that people
ideology?
have gendered souls, or that people. I think that it's untrue, that it's unscientific and more akin to a religion than a plausible explanation for gender dysphoria.
Okay. Well, just policy-wise, what would you change about the left's advocacy of gender ideology? I'm just curious.
I don't think that gender should trump sex legally. I think it doesn't matter in most cases and spaces, but I don't think that we should be equating self-proclaimed gender identity to sex in the law. That's the
so like no
biggest,
bathroom
maybe
stuff?
only thing. No, I don't really have concerns about bathrooms. I think changing rooms are another story, to be honest. But the changing room thing, becomes less of an issue when we acknowledge the reality of sex, and that way sports are, sex segregated as such. But no, I don't have a problem with trans women using the women's restroom.
Okay, but the changing room and a lot of other parts of the society. I think the sports thing is like the only reasonable thing because it's like the only thing that's
When you
actually
go into a
genuinely sex
changing room,
segregated. But yeah,
right? Well, and the changing room comes with that, right? Because when you go into a changing room, you are like consenting to see and be seen, and you're consenting to see and be seen by other females. And yeah, I don't
I don't know. I don't go around in the men's room like staring at everyone's balls. It's just the fact that it is the men's room.
You don't
and
need to.
It's about
You
the
don't need to stare. If
No, but
someone
it's
came
about
into the
the.
men's
It's not
room and
about.
disrobed and had giant breasts and a vagina, even if you're not trying to stare, that would probably make a lot of the men in there uncomfortable.
Tolly, have you heard of a
And
fat
that's
person
fair.
before?
The privacy of those men is important. I am
A lot of men do have breasts, unfortunately, and we're trying to fix that
Not the
with
same
the
thing.
workout
It's not the
video that
same
I'm
thing.
releasing on Patreon today. Okay, I gotta go, or else I'm gonna
Okay,
crash
I'll
out
see you
again.
later, buddy.
But I did want to say, Tolly, I don't know if you saw my comment, but you are the utmost on that panel woman understander, and as much as I would never take your advice on anything related to politics, I think you are giving
How to
Nonfon
bag bitches.
very good advice. Yeah, you're the only married one, right? So
True. Thank
yeah.
you.
Well, anyway,
So
have a good
cool.
day, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that look, it's good that we're in their thoughts, okay? And the
Oh, I
live and
can't hear
learn.
you. Did you mute
It's
yourself?
good that we're in their thoughts and the live and learn mind and
Oh, yeah.
the zeitgeist. I like that. That's good. I like them, right? I like decide is IRI on there now? Did they have a fifth? I heard. I didn't see
He
the
is officially, yeah.
good.
So Soy was introduced 2 episodes ago, and then in the most recent episode, IRI was announced as their 5th
So,
host.
Excellent choices. Excellent choices. I will say I'm curious how the 5 dynamic's going to differ from the 4 dynamic, but I guess we'll see, right? You guys haven't seen Live and Learn, I suggest you go watch it. It's interesting, and I don't always agree with them, right? I think they well, yeah, we've had our differences, right? But no, they're in a good direction, and you should go check them out. I don't know, just to the overall kind of idea of platforming, okay, and association, and to the idea of rules, and if those rules change under context. I do think that with Destiny, there is a lot of terrible things he's done, but also there is a lot of good he could possibly do. He does argue well. Is that enough to outweigh the bad things? Not at all, right? But at the same time, if I want someone on my show, I don't check to see if they're a good person first. I don't know. $10 from Alexander Rin to say, Wick TV. Seriously, don't let others tell you who you can and cannot have on your stream. 2 things this all predates is medicating, and having someone on isn't endorsing them. Thank you for the $10.
Yep.
I don't know. Anything else you got? Any other things you want to bring up? Any thoughts? Opinions?
No, I don't think so. I got to say all my unpopular opinions about Destiny. That's good. I've been holding those in.
Okay, what's a Nonfon's little thing? Little. Oh,
Wick, do you still have a PF Young connection?
I could DM him. Why?
I would like to challenge him to a centrist versus centrist.
On what?
I think he's a faux enlightened centrist, and I think that proclaims to be against the crazies on both sides, when in actuality, what he does is synthesize the craziest shit from both sides and lean into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, gang, what do we got coming up? Tomorrow, we're going to be having a conversation, not a very long one, with Sid and Not So Erudite. It should be fun on progressive versus leftism. Then we're going to be having a Thursday show with Destiny, the Gauntlet. Okay, that'll be worth tuning into. And then on Friday, we have a conversation with a gentleman about civic duty. And that should be fun. So check us out. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And if you have problems with anything I say or do in the Discord, there's my Discord. You can come yell at me and join the mob, howling for my blood. And I will see you guys later. Say hi to Nonfon. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.